as we said, setup-wise for me, pretty much as good as it gets. The angles you're creating now, and even more impressive for a tall man like yourself and myself, getting a good posture is paramount. Okay, and the angles you're producing there, you could literally copy that over a tall player on TV, and it would just like a stencil, jump. Justin Rose and the tall golfers, Robert Carlson and these guys, all in those kind of good arm hand, great distance from the ball, feet alignment, everything is looking spot on there. Apart from the grip pressure, which we didn't sort of look at, which I'm guessing for you has not been too bad. We've discussed that in the past, but we can't see grip pressure. But apart from that, everything there ticks a lot of boxes. Okay, the thing for me now in terms of the swing, taking the club away was very, very good. Top of the backswing, nice sort of full swing, left arm across your shoulders there, all working back very nicely. Okay, now as you came down, the feeling was the club is going to work down this way. You're not going to twist this and then for this and then this comes with it. I think in your mind you were trying to use the body more, try and twist the hips, twist the lower half, twist the torso, and in that motion there, when you did that, the club now, your hands, you're working very much sort of steeper, and this club at this point is very, very steep. So you look at this position here now, the club's pretty much through your head, coming down almost vertically. So you've got a very, very sort of steep angle there, because that club sort of moving into that blue line. So to miss the ground as much as you need to, your head's now going to pop up to try and react, and it's going to come across the ball there with your path. There's your pulley shots kind of over here, and if you rise up a smidgen too much, you might thin a couple, okay?
Yeah.
You look at the transition, we go back to where that one was there, kind of there through your head. You watch this one here now, look at that. Look at the difference in that sort of club position, and that club now is perfect. I mean, it's a good distance away, it's coming through your right shoulder, the angle is a lot flatter into the golf ball, the club's coming back down into the ball there. There's still going to be that little bit of movement away with the head, which I don't think will disappear like that, but again, we're not really focusing on that at the moment. We're more just trying to work on where your arms are going to swing. Yeah, and then when you follow through, if the arms continue on through, when the angle was better, you could swing along that blue line and finish the swing. When you're coming across the ball a bit too much, okay, the swing wasn't as effective.
Yeah.
And that was, to be fair, was a pretty good follow through on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
But some of the swings you had, you sort of running away from the ball.
Yeah.
And I think that running away was sort of part and parcel of you trying to not hit the ground. Just trying to get away from it. Because in the past it was almost hitting the ground, so the knees would bend, wouldn't it? Yeah. Now the ground's nowhere near too far away. There's no knee bend or collapse because your brain's not thinking, oh, I need to get lower. Now it's almost like I need to get a bit higher and get away from it. Yeah. Okay, so that kind of in time, once we get the feeling of how this club, so you can do that wardrobe.
Take a few months, isn't it?
Well, I think, to be fair, I mean, if you think in basically 25 minutes there, you've gone from where that club was going to here, the club now working kind of a little bit more this way on the way down, sort of more towards the wall in this way, as opposed to that way.
Right.
It's a much better movement, okay? So I'd work on that wardrobe. As I say, you swing to the top for 1, move the club over for 2, drag it down the wall for 3, and only drop the club down to about kind of here. We're not going to be swinging through, because if we swing through, we'd have to try and come off the wall and the club won't feel correct. It's only a downswing feeling, and in some ways we're trying to get the club to pull more back here, which technically would be wrong. But if your club's too far over here, the way to move it back is to move the club in that direction, sort of get the feeling of the club working behind you a bit more, rather than over the top. So, happy with that, yeah?
Yeah, well...
Happy with the new sticks?
I think, well, certainly, when I started, I was hitting them beautifully.
Oh, yeah, fantastic, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Not bad for line.
Yeah.
And very good for length.
Distance was fantastic, yeah.
So
you know what's
very
potentially with them, exactly,
but
yeah.
I think the effort to... I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The sort of path of the club head.
Yeah.
To change that, I find, because I find my brain, I'm sure I'm not alone.
No, you're in good company.
Your brain struggles with these, with these, simple moves, but it's, if I start thinking about what's going on behind my head.
The best shot you hit was the one you said you just hit it, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I say, so the practice drill will over-exaggerate it. Yeah. You create feelings, and then when you set the golf ball, you just do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to move your feeling back in effect. So when you then sort of feel like you're coming back as normal, you'll actually be coming down more from this direction, not from that direction. You kind of moved over the the position coming down. So
Yeah.
bit of practice, but you'll get there, I'm sure. So
Well,
okay.
let's hope so.
Happy
yeah.
days, very good.